All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's Good morning. Let me just get my screen ready to go. Let's share the screen here. All right. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Now, let me just turn on my camera. My favorite part of the day here. Here we go. Camera. Man, look at me. I'm as blue as this door. All right. Let's say hello to everybody. We got David, we got Zen Master, we got Ivano, Eagle Beagle. Good morning, Eagle Beagle. Henry, David, CJ, Cam. Good morning, Dr. Serena. My actuary's in the house. Sandra. Thank God it's Friday. Oh yeah, yeah. Terrence, Armulfo, Wayne, Richard, Dave, Wade, Dennis, Richard. Good morning, John, Steve, Ricky, Glenn, W. Wong, Darren, Fred, Manuel, Karen. Thank you for the picture, Karen. I appreciate it. Now every time I read your name, I know what you look like. Carrie, Jill, Roddy, Murray. Were the dogs going crazy for Halloween? Oh, they were going nuts yesterday. Moondog is in the house. Moondog, I hope you're feeling perfect. Jesse, Jody, Sarah, Mike, Brian. Good morning, Brian. I gotta reach out to you about a TC 2000, and I'll actually be talking about it a little today. So you'll hear what I'm looking for. Just don't know how you handle it. Carlos, ASML is on my short list again. That's how I handle it. Peter, good morning. Frankie, Dave, Mazen, Patrick, Todd, Scott, Santiago. I'm in a much better mood than yesterday because I learned how to put people in timeout today. So if anybody messes with me here anymore, I'm not even going to yell or scream or talk to you. I'm just going to put you in timeout. Timeout for you. Going to get a T-shirt that says timeout, timeout. So behave yourselves, or you'll be put in timeout. Also, please don't broadcast premium trades that we are currently holding in any members area. All right, there I said it. Basically, behave yourselves. Good morning, Brian, Rebecca, Dave. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you. Jeff, good morning. Let me post some links for everybody here real quick. All right, at 1 o'clock today, actually, here's my VIP room today. That's right, social probation. You're right. There's my VIP link, guys. And customer service live, Cam and Gustavo show. Let me put that here. Where's my link? Where's my link for Cam and Gustavo show? Here it is. Don't forget, they make my life easier and they will make your life easier. Charlie, good morning. I responded to your email yesterday, Charlie. Service, please don't. Exactly. Thank you, Cam. Charlie, good morning. Rebecca, good morning. Gaston, good morning. I want a no soup for you t-shirt. That's what I need to get, a no soup for you t-shirt. Good morning, and good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a minute. I usually start about 5 minutes after we're about to start. Good morning and happy Friday. And folks, I am in no mood for this harmony today. Yes, news today is very, very important. All right. So let's begin. Let's begin. So first off, indices. Indices are up pretty good this morning. Nasdaq is up almost 100 points. The Dow's up 180 points. This is significant. After a meltdown like yesterday, we have to be very, very careful. But after you have a huge move like that, there's about a 75% chance that the market will bounce back. Now, before you get too excited, uh, before you get too excited, uh, all right, it doesn't mean now. Here's the part that people don't seem to understand. Okay, so you see, this is the SPY, right? There's a 75% chance that the market will go up, but it doesn't, those odds don't tell us how much the market will go up. Basically, what it's telling us is that the market is going to be strong today, but it doesn't mean that over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, it can't come back down. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that when I say that there's a 75% chance that the market's going to go up today, it doesn't tell us how much it's going to go up, and it doesn't tell us for how long it's going to go up. In order for us to do that, we have to look at other indicators. Those other indicators happen to be right in front of our face. And that happens to be, I'm kind of going back and forth today for all the right reasons. Good morning, Harry, Edgar, Terrence. Yes, noon every day. VIP room is at noon every day. There's no more 11 o'clock. So we want, in order for us to feel warm and fuzzy about the S&P 500 stocks, we want to go right above the 8 line and the quarter to date VWAP, which happens to be at the same spot. You can see them right here on my screen. If you're looking at your at your little phone, you may have to zoom in, but I'm sharing my entire screen with you right now. So what we need is we need to see price, and I'll give you that level. That level is 577. Once we're above 577, 577.60, 577, 577.50, even 578. The higher we get up here, the better it will be. The better it will be. Heather, Richard, Flying Ronan, good morning. Very much so, because we just don't know what's going to happen. Now, I love the fact how the SPY held the 50-day moving average yesterday. Okay, that's a really good sign. If we break the 50-day moving average, the odds are very strong. I'm going to say it again. If we break the 50-day moving average, the odds are very strong. We're going to go to the 100-day moving average. I don't see that right now at all, okay? There's nothing telling me that that's going to happen, okay? But I'm letting you know. So when I say that, hey, there's a 75% chance the market's going to go up today, it's not a green light for you to start, at the morning going and buying your Nasdaq and Amazon and your app. Don't do that, okay? You want to wait for us to break the key level, okay? Good morning, Mazita, Flying Ronan, William. Yes, so happy that it's Friday. So again, please, please, please be patient. Be patient, okay? Let's now talk a little bit about earnings. And I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to speed up on the commodities and slow down on the stocks today because a lot of folks are concerned about the NASDAQ and so forth. Good morning, Kim. So we're going to be talking about that. Richard, good morning. Glad to have you here. And I'm going to say it again because there's about 100 more people here in the room than there was 5 minutes ago. Don't talk about existing positions that we have in any members area. If you do, I'm going to put you in timeout publicly, and you won't be able to say anything for a long time. All right? So don't do it. Just don't do it. I will put you on timeout. I've been taught yesterday how to put people in timeout. So if you want to be put in timeout in front of 500 people, knock yourself out. So commodities, gold. I told you yesterday that I'm still bullish on gold, but I would really like to see gold. I would really like to see gold at the 8-day moving average before going long. I also said that if you're currently long gold, it is okay to stay long gold, but please don't initiate any positions. Okay? So right now we're at the 8-day EMA, which is a green light to initiate positions on the gold market because we're literally at the 8-day EMA. If you want to wait for a little more confirmation, all right, if you want to wait for a little more confirmation, wait for gold to trade above 27.68, which is the overnight high. But if it trades above the overnight high, I'm pretty comfortable going back into gold. Well, Roger, what if we currently have a shitload of gold? Then please don't do anything. Just leave it alone. You're good. If you don't have any gold, this may be a good position. If we break this low, my analysis is going to change. So you got a nice little low risk. You got a nice little low risk entry opportunity for the gold market right here because we're right at the A line. And if we come down below this level, that negates that trade. So you have a nice low risk opportunity right here. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? You guys can hear me clearly? All right. Crude oil. Crude oil started moving higher overnight. Good morning, Robert. Good morning. It's not an A. Well, yeah, it is actually, Peter. It's not an A line trade. It's not an official A line trade, but it is an A line. Yes, yes. I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to put that in the A line, but yes, it is. Yes, yes. And I've got a couple of other A lines today as well, by the way, that look really good. I got a great show for today. As long as as long as Curious Cat doesn't interrupt us. Curious Cat, you are on my you know what list, my friend. All right, so crude oil, we're at the VWAP. We're at the quarter to date VWAP. Now, if I were you right now, thank you, Eagle Beagle. You're not the troublemaker, Eagle Beagle. You're the least of my worries, but some other people are. Uh, so so we're at the quarter to date VWAP. We're above the 50-day moving average. I'm very, very skeptical that the energy prices are going to go much higher than they are right now. But with that said, I want to show you guys something. Exxon CVX, Exxon came out with earnings, I believe. They're up almost 2% today, and they're right at the 50-day moving average, which is good. CVX is up almost 2%, above this little high area right here, at least for the time being, which looks really, really good. The point is, we're getting a little tailwind. This one I told Matt is a beautiful A line right now, actually. The mini here, you could see it right here. Just needs to go a little bit higher right here, about 60. It'll be a great A-line stock. But my point is that energy stocks are not doing bad today. So all I'm trying to say right now is be careful. Be careful. Don't go hot and heavy into energy stocks. Matter of fact, there's not a lot of energy stocks going up right now. And if you see a good energy stocks pulling back to the eight-day EMA from the upside, that's probably a good bet right now. But be careful. Be careful right now with energies. My suggestion is only take energies to the short side right now. Uh, Now, Alan, we all have sound. Everybody else can hear him. You guys can hear me okay, right? Just let me know that you guys could hear me okay. And while I'm waiting, I'll just post a link again. Here, Customer Service Live. Don't forget, Customer Service Live. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys could hear me okay. Yes. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. All right, good. All right. Okay, good. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that it's not on my end. Okay. So my suggestion would be to wait for my suggestion would be not to take drastic action right now on the energies market. Thank you, guys. My suggestion is not to find is not to go long any energy stocks unless that stock looks like it's making a 52-week high. Thank you. And, good, 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 good. Thank you. And my suggestion is to wait for energy stocks to come back down because I'm not seeing any upside for energy. By the way, I was talking to T-Buzz yesterday. We had nice dinner. He took me out for my birthday yesterday. He's a great guy. And we were talking about energies, and he agrees that energies are not going to go up much, but he is still bullish in gold. 10-year, oh yeah, this is giving me heartburn. This is very, very bad. And I'm really curious how the Fed is going to solve this little problem here. We actually both agreed that the Fed should be lowering rates half a basis point in order to try to get the bond market to come back up. Folks, we are in a credit crunch right now, and that is not a good situation for us right now. And that is not good for housing stocks, consumer stocks, anything to do with this is TLT, same thing. By the way, right now we're looking at the 10-year note. If you like it, you can also look at TLT, ticker symbol TLT. TLT is the stock version of the 20-year, 10-year. You could see that they're completely aligned with each other. So we look at the 10-year, but we trade the TLT. So I just want you guys to know that there is an asset actually that we trade. So I look at the futures because the futures tell us what's going on right now pre-open. But if you're looking to trade this in a tradable asset, TLT is the tradable asset, okay? TLT is the tradable asset. And you can see it's not really doing all that good. It's right now right at the A line, and it looks to me like it's going to start coming back down. Remember yesterday, we saw a little bit flight to quality. We saw a little bit of flight to quality because the stock market was melting down. But I don't think that's going to be the case today. We're already lower, and we just hit the A line, and I think we're going to be coming right back down. Matter of fact, let me send a little note to Matt. about that. One second, one second, one second. Hey, let me show you guys something funny. This is my wife channeling Jane Fonda yesterday. All right. Had to show you that. Tony says the bond market is not going to do anything until after the election. Foreign buyers come back. Well, that's kind of what I'm saying. I think it's actually going to come right back down to the low. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything great over there at all. Uh, exactly, Jeff. I agree with Jeff. If people finance things, they're struggling. Things are not interest rates, cards, everything's going up. It's not a good sign right now. Okay, it's not a good sign right now. So I'm not bullish on the bond market at all. What about China? What about China? Still right at the 8-day EMA. I mean, they're just kind of hovering around here, not really seeing much upside downside, kind of inside this channel. Funny enough, yesterday I got an email. Thank you, Dr. Serena. And everybody, she's not. How come on the NASDAQ and not the Dow? Frankie, we'll talk about the Dow. We'll talk about the Dow. We'll get there. You don't need to rush. We just got started like 15 minutes ago. We'll get to the blue chips. So, China. Now, a few people asked me yesterday, I made a little comment and I said, China's not looking strong. And folks asked me, what does Biogen have to do with China? Biogen makes one of the biggest sellers, several medicines in China, including their biggest Alzheimer's medication. There's a lot of correlation between Biogen and China because they're a huge seller in China. So there is a very strong relationship between Biogen and China. Just letting you guys know. Good morning, Louie. Yeah, Frankie, I got you. I got you. All right. So we talked about gold. We talked about crude oil. We talked about China. Let's talk a little bit about volatility. Now, this is important. Now we're starting to move towards the stock market. And right now, the stock market on the futures, let's see here, up about 95, looking healthy, looking healthy, looking bouncy. And I'll talk about technicals in a minute, in a minute. Also, while we're here, don't forget, Customer Service Live, the Cam and Gustavo show. I got a link for you right here. How you doing today, Cam? How are you guys doing? How's Gustavo doing? I saw those Halloween pictures yesterday. You guys look great. And don't forget, VIP room at noon. At noon. All right. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the stock market here. Volatility. All right. As you guys see, volatility bolted yesterday. I mean, bolted. This is the last 25 days looking at an hourly chart. Looks like we peaked out. Let me go back. Let's go 2 months. You could see that we tend to peak out around these levels, especially the last couple of months, which, let me just go back further. Yeah, that's going down. But right here, we tend to peak out right around these levels, right around the 23 level, which is where we're at right now. And we're breaking down pretty precipitously. Yes, I said precipitously. You could see we took out the high and now we're coming to the low. We've been going down since about we've been going down since about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I'm expecting volatility to come back down today, right around the time the market opens, because we're higher than we were yesterday. But we need to break down all the way and recover. So we're about halfway there. This is a good sign, and you guys need to keep your eye on volatility today. Good, Jeff. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful, Kevin. Beautiful, Cam. Great to hear that. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning. So you're going to keep your eye on volatility today. And if we start dropping towards this level right here, towards the 21 level, that'll relieve a lot of pressure. And if you see volatility at the low, at yesterday's low, the odds are you're going to see the SPY start coming up towards the high. One of the things I want you guys to pay attention to today, Carlos and everybody else, is whether the SPY recovers 50% or 60% of what it lost yesterday. I'm going to repeat this again a few times. One of the biggest things you want to look at today, obviously, if it takes out yesterday's, if we take out the high, then this conversation is moot. Then we know where we're going. But if you see us coming around here, you want to make sure that we overcome at least 60% of this range to the downside, and we're in the upper 40th percentile of this bar, which would probably put us, I'm eyeballing it right now, which would probably put us around 572.80. Again, I'm eyeballing it. Okay? So a lot of times you see a parabolic bar like this, you want the bounce day. You see the bounce day right here? You want the bounce day to eat into the upper 40th percentile of the range. If it doesn't bounce into the 40th percentile, upper 40th percentile in the range, that means the market is really struggling a lot. Okay? The fact that we're already not at the low, the fact that we're already about a third on the way up is a good sign, but I want to see us up here. Capiche? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? I know these things are nuanced. They're very nuanced, but they're very, very important. All right. And again, we want to see volatility continue breaking down and coming down, hopefully by the end of today, to the 2140 level. Do I think it's going to happen? I have no idea. But I'm not extremely bearish, and I'm pretty convinced that unless earnings are going to go to the shit from this point on, which I don't think they will, I think we'll be okay. My biggest concern fundamentally, okay, before I put everything together, my biggest concern is this, okay? So I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you what my biggest concern is, okay? Isn't this much better when nobody interrupts us and nobody says stupid stuff? It was like people were like going crazy from Halloween or something yesterday. Oh, all right. So here's what's worrying me, okay? Here's what's really, really worrying me. And I'm going to tell you right now. And this is the reason you guys come here, to get this kind of information. What's concerning me is this. Yesterday, last quarter, do you guys remember we had chip stocks were struggling, not because of the earnings, but because of the forward-looking statements. Do you guys remember that? Okay. FANG stocks, on the other hand, did well last quarter, right? They had good forward-looking statements and good earnings. But chip stocks, we saw cracks in the foundation. All right. Yep, getting ready for the 8:30 report. Yep, Robert, exactly. Right. Too much sugar, exactly. Jesus, nut jobs. Yeah, good. Yeah. So listen. So here's where I'm at. And this is what's concerning me, really concerning me a lot, okay? So open your ears and listen good, okay? Last quarter, semiconductors, FANG stocks reported first, right? Just like now, FANG stocks are reporting, right? Semiconductors are next up. Okay. So last quarter, FANG stocks did great. Earnings, estimates, all that jazz, they did fine. The semiconductors, they did good with earnings. They didn't lose money, but their forward-looking statements sucked. You guys remember that? This quarter, we are now seeing the mega cap stocks forward-looking statements suck. So here's the $1 trillion question I have for you. Last quarter, things are not speeding up. They're slowing down, right? Things are slowing down overall. They're definitely not speeding up right now, okay? Technology-wise, okay? So last quarter, a subsector of technology had bad earnings and bad looking forward statements, okay? This quarter, the big sector, the parent. So last quarter, basically the child said, I'm doing good. but I don't know what the future will hold. This quarter, the child hasn't spoken yet, but the parent is now saying, hey, we're looking good, but our forward looking statements are, well, for anybody here who has children, when the parent doesn't do well, do the children ever do well who live in that house? And chip earnings are starting next week. So I don't know what you guys are all blabbing about, but listen to what I'm saying. I know there's like 3 or 4 people writing stuff. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Last quarter, you're not going to get this from CNBC. I promise you that. Last quarter, the children started getting mild colds, but the parents were still okay. This quarter, the parents yesterday and the day before came out and they have a slight cold. Their children are going to report next week. Does anybody understand where I'm going with this? And if the parents are not forward looking statements are bad, and if the kids last quarter were already starting to look shaky, what are we expecting from chip stocks this quarter? Do you guys understand what my problem is with earnings season right now? Do you guys understand what my dilemma is? Do you guys understand what my thinking process is? Please say yes or no so I could move on or back up and explain. So my concern is that chip stocks are going to be shit again because they weren't because last quarter the parents were really great and we already saw some sniffles with the children. Now the parents are sick. Are we going to see sniffles with the children again? Okay. All right. Good. Good. And if next week earnings are not good on chip stocks, what do you think is going to happen with this rally that today is going to pretend like everything is honky dory? That's why you guys are here, not to learn that this goes up 60%, to learn about what I'm saying right now. Open your ears and listen to what I'm saying right now. Yes. So think about this. And when I said it to T-Buzz yesterday, he said, yeah, I never thought about that. You're right. Think about it for a minute. Think about it for a minute. Last quarter, the children already had the sniffles, but the parents still felt okay. This quarter, yesterday and the day before, the parents are now sniffly. Are the kids going to be better off than the parents a quarter later with China not being able to get it up and global economy not doing great the last quarter? That's what I'm concerned about. So that's what you should be thinking today when you're getting excited about how the stock market is going up and you're looking to buy all those long stocks. And I hope you guys listen to what I just said right now. All right? Right. I just did real simple analysis. And if you guys don't have goosebumps from fear that semiconductors may not do well, and if semiconductors do not do well, I could assure you the stock market will not be making all-time highs again. All right? So just something to think about when chip stocks start reporting in the next 2 weeks. And by the way, Fred, nobody cares about NVIDIA. It's just one company. There are 75 others, okay? NVIDIA can't pull the rabbit out of its ass. Sorry, I'm just being honest here, okay? Which is what you guys expect from me. Okay, exactly, domino. So again, before you get so excited that earnings are great and everything is coming back, remember, we have semiconductors earnings, and semiconductor earnings were good last quarter, but forward-looking statements were not. Were not, okay? All right, let's continue. Let's put everything together. I'm having a good time here without anybody interrupting me. So nice. All right. The Dow's up 0.43 this morning. Intel and Amazon boosted sentiment with the focus now shifting to the all-important U.S. jobs report that will help clarify the Federal Reserve interest rate trajectory. Amazon is up 5%. Intel is up 5%. I want to point something out to you guys. Something really, really important. Something really, really important. How everybody has a little bit of propaganda in them. What's the biggest company in the world, guys? You're going to love this. What's the biggest? You guys are going to love this one. What's the biggest company in the world? This is not a trick question. Does anybody know what's the biggest company in the world? I'm going to show you guys something funny right now. Come on, you can answer my question. It's not a trick question. You guys don't know what the biggest company in the world is? Apple. 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 What company came out with earnings last night? Apple. Apple. Do you guys see anything about Apple here? This is the front cover of bar chart. I want to show you guys something. This is priceless. This is the headline story, okay? The biggest company in the world comes out with earnings yesterday. Do you see anything about Apple here? Motown guy, do you see anything about Apple here? You would think Apple would be like right here, like Amazon is right there, Intel is right there. Where's Apple? Microsoft, where's Apple? Where's Apple? What happened to Apple? Don't you think that's kind of funny? I mean, don't you think that's funny? Apple? What's Apple? Where's Apple? Nothing about Apple till we get all the way down here. One little sentence on Apple. One little sentence on Apple. The biggest company in the world comes out with earnings, and the headline story on bar chart does not cover it. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. Okay. I have never seen that before in 20 years or 30 years that I've been reading bar chart. The reason they didn't do that is because the market tanked yesterday and they don't want to promote any panic. Okay, guys, let's not get semantic. Everybody knows Apple is one of the biggest companies in the world. My point is, Apple is one of the biggest companies in the world, right? If not the biggest. Nothing about Apple here. That was the purpose of this exercise. Let's not get into semantics, okay? Look at this. Nothing about Apple. Like I was like, where I was looking for it. I was like, maybe I'm missing it today. Nothing about Apple. I don't know, Steve. Steven, where's Apple? The headline, their headline report this morning does not report what one of the biggest three companies in the world did. I think it's priceless. All right, let's just continue. But see, this is the things I notice. Good morning, Gabriel. Positive earnings from Intel and Amazon boosted sentiment. Not from Apple, they didn't. With focus now shifting to jobs report, which came out 2 minutes ago. Let's see how the jobs report came out. I'm having too much fun here again. Bullish, 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 bullish. Let's see. All right. Unemployment rate. Yep, on par. I need to know what the average hourly earnings were. I need to know this report right here. Let's see. Got to get what this report is right here. But so far, positive. Let's see what the stock market's doing. Yep, positive. Watch this line right here and see if we can get up to the 60th percentile and watch volatility come off. I'm giving you guys all the good stuff today. I'm telling you exactly what you should be looking at. We'll come back to it in a minute. Intel did great. Amazon did great. But where's Apple? I don't see anything about Apple here. This is priceless. SMCI tumbled 12%, was the top percentage loser on the NASDAQ. We're currently holding in the pit their biggest competitor. Microsoft slumped over 6%, was the top loser on the Dow. Again, nothing about Apple. Like Apple didn't exist. No, Karen, it's not. It's just funny. I just think it's hilarious, right? Think about it. The headline story does not include Apple here. Like it's a mid cap stock or something, right? Department of Commerce core price index was okay. It wasn't bad. Fed data wasn't bad. What's interesting is the employment cost index weaker than its slowest pace in 3 years yesterday. Slowest pace in 3 years. Unemployment rate was fine. They are going to lower rates a quarter of a basis point, even though they now need to lower a point. They now need to lower interest rates about 0.75, in my opinion, to start making some chiseling some progress. And I cannot wait to see what they have to say. Right, Jeff. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, neutral. Gaston. Gaston, I hope you're doing well. Yes, very neutral, very neutral, very neutral. So we got Exxon, we got CVX, we got D, we got Charter, and we got Wayfair. Folks, Wayfair is a company that does really well when folks are buying homes and when the real estate market as well. They're an online furniture seller. I will never do business with them because they sell used furniture and repackage it as new. I've had some bad experiences with them, but you should keep your eye on this stock because it's a really good indicator of consumer home sentiment, not real estate, but specifically residential real estate. Okay. So keep an eye on the stock. I'll trade it to the short side, but that's about it. I'll talk in the VIP room today extensively about where we are on earnings. This is really not accurate. This 4.3% accurate, but we were expecting 7.9% mid-July. We were actually expecting 8.3% in June. Now we're at 4.3. I don't think this number is accurate. This number's been the same number here since a week ago. I'm going to do an update today in the VIP room for you guys. Yes, home listings are up and interest rates are not going down, and this stock should not be doing well. Credit cards should be, anyway, we'll talk about that later. Monthly payroll, we're looking at the jobless claims so far. Again, my concern is the reaction of the market. The S&P likes this report. The S&P likes this report. The QQQ likes this report. Look at the QQQ. We want to make sure we're up here, and we want to make sure before we start going too bullish that we're all the way up here. And I'll talk about that today. But so far, the report is considered bullish. Bullish. Good. We need a little bit. So we had good earnings on Amazon. Earnings on Apple were not all that bad. I'll talk about that in a minute. Obviously, I'm not going to forget about Apple like they did. Tell me this is not crazy. Adam, have you ever seen anything like that before in your life? Look at this. Nothing about Apple. Where's Apple? Like, what happened to Apple? I was reading this. I actually, for a minute, thought it was yesterday's paper because it didn't mention Apple. But nope, Friday, November 1st, 4:40 a.m. Construction spending will be today. By the way, there's other reports coming out today. Okay, here we go. Our average hourly earnings, on par. Average work week, good, 34. So things are okay. Things are all right. There's nothing wrong here. Nothing wrong here at all, actually. But we still have ISM manufacturing and we still have construction spending. This will be very important for basic materials. Hey, Dr. Serena, yay. This will be very important for basic materials. Basic materials right here. Basic materials. So keep an eye on the Dow after this report comes out. This isn't going to impact tech stocks, but it is going to impact blue chips to a greater degree, okay? To a greater degree. Speaking of that, let me give you my link for the VIP room at noon today. Again, let me give you my link for Cam. There we go. Perfect. Yep. It's Fred. Their forward-looking statements are down. It's not about whether they did well. Their forward-looking statements are bad. Okay? That's the problem. And last quarter, their forward-looking statements were good, but the components did bad. Now my question is, if the components did bad, it's only a matter of time till the big daddy does worse because, it's related. More use for computers, more use for chips. You guys can understand all that. Okay, so let's continue. Let's get into our analysis. Unemployment rate, it's everything's steady so far. Europe is up. Energy stocks led the gains on Friday. As I said, energy stocks are bullish today. Might be why there's no mention of them. No, they just didn't want to say anything negative because they don't want to panic. They don't want to create a panic. They're trying not to create a panic. Okay. Uh, China ended lower today despite positive economic data from the country as caution prevailed ahead of U.S. presidential election. Key leadership technology, auto stocks weighted on index on Friday with energy stocks outperforming. Energy again outperforming. Um, and as I mentioned to you guys, before, um, energy's moving higher. Energy's moving higher. But when you look at China, right here, we're not looking all that great. Again, once we break below 3073, I think we're going to come down. All right. Let's continue with our analysis. Japan closed sharply lower. Obviously, we know why. They're following US, tracking overnight losses on Wall Street. Local stocks face pressure. The Bank of Japan governor said Thursday the current political situation in Japan would not prevent him from raising rates if price and economy align with the central bank's projections. Okay? So we've been talking about them raising rates more, and that's only going to strengthen their economy. Finally, Apple. We talk about Apple. Apple fell 1% in pre-market. Notice they didn't say anything about their earnings. Uh, iPhone maker reported weaker than anticipated quarterly sales in China and also weaker forward projection. Now, what's Apple doing right now? Apple's down almost 2%. Amazon is offsetting it, but this is not good. This is not good. By the way, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. See this company right here that's on my short list today? They make chips for the iPad. Yep, exactly, Jeff. They make chips for the iPad. Just giving you heads up. It's on my short list. We'll talk about it in a minute, okay? Just kind of trying to put everything together for you. All right. So, volatility, we talked about volatility. Volatility keeps going down. The level we want to see today is 21. We want to go below 22. We want to go into the 21 territory, okay? We want to go into the 21 territory. I don't know if that's going to happen today, okay? I don't know if that's going to happen today. Let's look at the major indices. First off, sentiment. How is sentiment looking? What is it favoring? You got 57 stocks breaking out, 130 stocks breaking down. Based on what we saw yesterday, this is not a huge number. This is not a huge number. This number does not spell firepower, which means if the market wanted to sell off, there's a lot more firepower left. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying there's a lot of firepower left. Okay? A lot of firepower left. The equal weighted SPY, which doesn't have the FANG stocks, is already breaking the 50-day moving average. Now, if you look at the regular SPY, you will see that we're above the 50-day moving average, which is telling us that FANG stocks are still propping this market higher. But the equal weighted SPY is not doing that great. Okay, so if the large cap stocks over the next couple of weeks start giving up the ghost, you're going to be faced with this type of a scenario, and we're opening below the 50-day moving average. Watch your ass. Watch your ass. Keep an eye on volatility today. Keep your eye on volatility. Don't think the worst is behind us. Don't do that. Okay? So you have plenty of firepower to the ups to the downside, and you still have something to the upside, but you have a lot more firepower to the to the downside at this point. What about sectors? How are they looking? Well, Bitcoin and communication are still leading. This is telling us that interest rates are starting to lead again. This is flight to quality. The reason we saw this yesterday is not because smaller stocks are leading, is because we saw panic interest rate accumulation yesterday. When stocks go down 4, 5, 600 points, and when the VIX goes above 20, you start seeing accumulation into the bond market. It's called flight to quality. Is this helpful to you guys? Are you guys getting some benefit out of this? Let me know. Notice nobody's interrupting us today. Thank God for small favors. So be careful. Smaller stocks are not even smaller stocks. Smaller S&P 500 stocks are not doing as well as the FANG stocks. And again, we are right now in a flight to quality environment where technology stocks are in last place and blue chip stocks are starting to rally, but you have anything with chips is not looking great right now. Where's chip stocks? Semiconductors, last place. Technology, last place. This is coming up because flight to quality, and also Amazon did well. But again, you got interest rates, you got blue chips, and you got technology, but you got a lot of back and forth, and this is not going to consolidate till we have a nice, smooth downside action. Okay, there you go, Carlos. Good. Yeah. So again, be careful. We have a lot of mixture right now. What about key levels for the indexes? Well, let me do that for you. Let me do that for you right now. So, SPY. We're right at the 50-day moving average. We need to go above the quarter-to-date VWAP, which would put us at 577. 577. The downside right now is the 50-day moving average, which is 568.59. If we break this low, it's bad. If we break this high, it's good. Quality meaning non-tech or lower PE. No, quality meaning more blue chippity stocks instead of tech, like more blue chips. Dow stocks. Dave, think Dow stocks. You're having too much fun, curveball. If you got a contract in the money and it expires and you're not able to close it when it happens to the money. That's right. Good. So be careful. I'm not going to give you intraday levels right now because the only level you need to know about right now is the high of yesterday and the low of yesterday. The high of yesterday is 575.63. The low of yesterday is 568.44. Why am I not concerned about intraday levels right now? Because volatility is too high. Nobody cares about noise. It's all noise. You care about the highs and the lows. Key levels. You want key levels right now. And if anybody has a question, guys, I'm not like, this is not a, you don't need to be silent. You can ask me a question. I just don't want people giving free trades out. That's my only beef. I'm not going to bite you. You know, I don't bite. I'm very friendly and I'm very nice, but I don't like people giving out information that others paid a lot of money for free here and making it sound like it's not a big deal. That pisses me off. Semiconductors, the up level is, and notice we're right now pinched between the 100-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. We're probably going to stay inside of this range if I had to guess today. The high here is 248.27 and the low is 240.28. The only thing I care about is whether we take out the high or the low. If we don't take about the high or the low, Michael says, Motown guy, says, what do you think about SMCI Future? Their accounting company quit on them. They were fired by their accounting company. And I went long 2 days ago, their competitor in the pit. What does that tell you, Motown guy, about SMCI Future? If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what else to say. Regeneron, Motown guy, I think I gave you a really clear answer. Their accounting company fired them Their accounting company fired them. Ernst& and Young's fired them. And I'm long their competitor. They only have one major competitor, and I'm long that competitor in the pit. I just gave you two facts. Do with them what you want. I think holding a stock when an accounting firm fired them is like the stupidest thing anyone can do. Okay? Right. So I think we're going to stay within this channel. I think we're going to stay within this channel. Yes, I think they're having. Yes, Fred. Fred said the smartest thing. Here's what I think. I think what Fred just said. Carlos, it's the answer is actually what Fred just said. Lawrence said for institutional traders, which moving average precipitates selling the stock? That's easy. The 50-day and the 50, the 100, and the 200. That's an easy one. Ask me complicated questions, Lawrence. That's an easy one. All right, let's continue. So Dow Jones. Let's look at the Dow Jones. See, somebody said that I didn't do the Dow. I'm doing the Dow right now. And the Dow already recovered half of what it lost yesterday. And the Dow is literally at the 50-day moving average, almost at the high. That's a really good sign. Why is the Dow outperforming everything? Because it doesn't have chip stocks or tech stocks in it. That looks really good right here. The levels on the Dow, which we're breaking right now, this is a very good sign for the overall market, by the way. Very good sign for the overall market. See how this is what I want to see in the spot. What you're seeing right now in the Dow, see this bar, this little baby bar, and this is what I want to see here. What you're seeing right now on this picture is what I want to see on the SPY. See the SPY? I want to see this bar right here. So what you're seeing on the Dow, I can't get any more. Yes, Carlos, listen to what Carlos just said and listen to what Fred just said. And I think you guys will have a perfect idea of what I think. See the Dow, how it's looking right now? We want the S&P to look just like this. Take this screenshot. Here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take, this is so important. This is so important that I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to post it in the Telegram channel. Here, this is the Dow Jones right now. It's breaking above the 50-day line. This is what we want. I don't want to capitalize it. This is what we want the SPY and QQQ to look like before end of day today. I don't know if I can get any clearer than that. I'm sure I'm going to get 20 questions about that, but I just posted it for you guys in the main Telegram channel. Okay? This is what we want the market to look like tonight. Okay? Watch, I'm going to get a lot of questions asking me details about this. So we did the QQ. I think, yeah, we did the QQQ. I think we did the QQQ. The QQQ high of the day is 492.43 and the low is 483.75. Dow we did. IWM, let's do IWM. Hey, Bob. Hope you're doing well, Bob. That's not true, Motown guy. That is not true. For Russell 2000, Taiwan Semiconductor, Motown guy. 219.73, 219.73, 217.80. Those are the levels. Okay. And by the way, 1 second. And now let's go through our stocks. Okay. Yes, Taiwan Semiconductor. Exactly. Don't forget, customer service live, 10 to 1. They do God's work. Join me for Halloween Effect at 1 p.m. today. And I'll be in the VIP room at noon. Here are the links right here. Let me just see something right here. Yeah. I think I thought I did the Dow. No, I thought I did, but let me redo it. I'm talking so much that I got too over excited. Well, I don't want to give you that level on the Dow because the Dow's already at that level. So see, look, 419.93 is the high. We're at 419.44 right now. I will, Brian. I will. I will. I'm going to tell you right now, actually. I'm going to tell you exactly what I want right now. We'll do it live here, actually, in about 30 seconds, maybe less. So the Dow high is 419.93. We're at 419.51 right now. We're already above that level, but I will give you the low. The low is 417.02. Okay. Yes, the SPY level is just the highs and lows of yesterday. I don't care about any of the inside today. The inside doesn't matter to me because volatility is so high right now. It's a lot of it was noise. So I only care about. I want to see the SPY. I want to see the SPY. This is the SPY. See this bar here? I want to see this bar up here tonight. Carlos, I know you understand, but not Carlos. I meant Rich. I know you understand, but I'll show it for some. This is what I want to see. You see how this bar is right here above? That's what I want to see on the SPY today. I can't get any clearer with you guys. I wish I could. Okay, Brian, real quick, let me show you what I'm looking for, and then we'll move on to the stocks. So, Brian, right here, Matt and you guys, I don't know who did it, you, Matt, but somebody created a scanner for me where I have right here 8-day cross. Most of these work fine, but for some reason, not all of them work. Like I found one that was like way above. Would you mind taking a look at this? All I want is very simple, Brian. If the stock at any portion of price action is touching the 8-day EMA or within like 0.2%, I want this to highlight. If not, I don't. And I found one yesterday that did not do it on the list. So if you can take a look at this, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, Brian? And again, this is not a don't it's not a national emergency whenever you have time. But I want it to just signal on my watch list. I want to put it on all of my watch lists. If it's at just like you did for my VWAP, intraday VWAP, which is perfect. I want it on a daily. If any portion of the price bar touches the 8-day EMA, I want it to highlight right here for me. And I think most of you know exactly why I want that. And again, this one seems to kind of work and not work sometimes, and I don't know why. All right, that's it. I don't want to take up any more time of that. Thank you, Brian. And again, no rush. Whenever you have a moment, folks, let's all thank Brian for making my life much, 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 much easier. All right, now let's talk about stocks that I have for today. I'll start with the short side, folks. Be careful with the short side today. Be careful. Wait for the SPY to peak to go to the bottom. Don't go aggressively short today. BG, we may have a very mixed market today with a lot of volatility. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Thank you. AZN, AMKR. Brian is really good with that stuff. I think if I had to go back in time, I wouldn't go to law school. I would go to computer programming school. AMKR to the short side. ADM still on my short list. LKQ. What a beauty, huh? But wait for it to touch the 8-day EMA. Wait for it to touch the 8-day EMA or come within like 0.2% of the EMA. If this comes right back up here and maybe a little bit higher up and starts going back down, that would be a perfect sell. CL. Oh, okay. Again, we did this yesterday. We wanted to break this line right here. We wanted to break the 93.20, and then it'll be a great short. Cuervo, I told you this one. This is they make chips for the iPad. Right, Melvin? They make chips for the iPad. X-ray. I know, I know. First time we've ever had the stock on our list, right? Wink. ASML. Carlos, I hope you're still here. Your favorite stock is on my list. Funny enough, it did exactly what Carlos. So Carlos sent me an email when the stock was doing this, and he was worried it was going to come up. And I said, Carlos, it's got to reach before this stock. We could say the stock is bullish. It has to reach this area right here. It has to go up like 100 points. Look at the chart, not at the P&L. He did that, and if you're still here, Carlos, please feel free to comment on it. But I'll always remember this stock as Carlos's stock. GFS, nice breakdown, and Western Union. Look at that. What a crappy stock, right? Again, I would love to wait for this thing to come right and touch the 8-day EMA, and then don't go short if SPY goes up. He has lots of upside now. Yes, that's what exactly. Wait for evidence. So what you want to do is you want to ignore all these shorts or most of these shorts. If you see the SPY, I'm just kind of, again, going back and forth. If you see the SPY, if you see the SPY pulling a Dow, if you see the SPY pulling a Dow on us, you don't want to go short today, okay? Now I'm going to give you long stocks. And I'm going to give you a couple of potentials for A-line. Lulu, right at the A-line, right here. Look at that. Right at the A-line. I'd like it right above the 303.59 area. A little above where it is right now. I think it's going to make another round up. CME. No, it's not, Tony. He uses Trading Sync, Jeff. He uses Trading Sync, the one that I recommended to him. CME bounced off the quarter-day VWAP right at the A-line. Very choppy stock, but if I see it breaking up higher with volume, I'm going to like this stock. Package. I got a package for you for today. Package. A package, I tell you. Look at this. What a beauty. I'd love to get this right at the A-line right here. This is why I'm asking Brian to do that for me. See, guys, see how transparent I am, how I'm asking the tech guy on the call to see what he does so you guys understand the purpose for it. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. You don't want the stock till it breaks above 59.61. Just giving you heads up. GEV. There's no secrets here. There's no magic formulas. There's no Twilight Zone and crickets here. And fairies, no fairies. Look at this A-line. Peter, if you're still here, look at this A-line. Look at this A-line trade. Do you guys see why I'm asking Brian to give me that indicator? Do you guys understand why I want to know when the stock is at this level? So what happens when I combine? What happens when I combine volume buzz, stocks making 50-day highs, stocks making 90-day highs, and 8-day EMA cross? It's not far. You're not far off, Jen. But you got to be patient. Let's continue. PPC. Roger, how come there's no tech or chip stocks on your long list today? If you can't figure that one out, look at the A-line right here. Do you guys see why I want it? Do you guys understand why I'm asking Brian to make it for me? It's not for my health. And when volatility picks up, oh, it's a beauty. Right here. Look at that. Right there. Ring Central. CSTL. Look at the 8-day. How would you like to get the stock right here or right there? Nice, right? CEIX. I'm in a good mood today. Thank God nobody messed with me today. Look at that right there. CEIX looks beautiful. DFS, Discover Financial. Yes, a financial stock. Joey, if you want, I have it. Yeah, you can also, if you guys join, so let me give you a tip. If you join TradingView for free and you do some exercises in the members area before you pay a penny, they give you like a trial and you go through their exercises. They give you a huge discount on their on their plan. So what you do is you sign up, you don't pay anything. You go in and you do the exercises, and then you go put the discount in that you have that I gave you, and then you get an extra 15% off the 50%. So it ends up being very, very cheap. It ends up being very cheap, but you don't buy it. You go in, you do the exercises, and then you buy it. Okay. All right. EXPE. Last one. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it. Expedia. Look at that right there. 50-day right here. Went a little lower, but still like it. MS is gone, so we can now look for strong finance. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yeah. Oh, we took a lot. Oh, two more things I wanted to say. So we were long Morgan Stanley yesterday. Morgan Stanley hit the 15-day EMA. We got stopped out yesterday. Okay. If Morgan Stanley starts coming back up, I will initiate the trade again. This bearish flag leads to breakouts. Look, bearish flag, bearish flag. So if you see me losing a stock, it doesn't mean it's losing it for life. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this is important. I got an email about this last night, and then I'll let you go. A few weeks ago, we had a stock, Pan W, in the pit. Now, this is not for just the pit. This is for anybody here. Okay. We got stopped out of this stock. I got an email from somebody that says, Roger, I got stopped out of this stock, and the stop was like a 20-point loss. I don't know if that was it, but it was like 20 points. So I want to ask you guys an interesting question. If you're trading a $100 stock, is a $5 stop loss unreasonable? No. If you're trading a $200 stock, is a $10 stop loss unreasonable? No. If you're trading a $300 stock, is a $15 stop loss unreasonable? No. If you're trading a $400 stock, is a $20 stop loss unreasonable? No, it's the same thing as using a $2.50 stop on a $50 stock, which is actually a little bit on the low end. Point is, when you send me an email and you want to write me a letter with crocodile tears telling me that you took a $20 loss, don't forget to write what the cost of the stock was. Because on a stock like ASML, taking a $100 stop loss is reasonable. A stop loss is a function of ATR. So my answer is start looking at where the 15-day EMA is before you take a trade if you want to decide that the stop loss is a little too much for you, because the odds are that's where it's going to be near. And number two, stop looking at your P&L and start using ATR like I taught you years ago. On that note, Alexander says if you have a position in different currencies, trade syncs, a bad idea. It doesn't work properly with that. Alexander, I didn't know that. If you send me an email, I will send you one that has a currency converter. I did not know that, Alexander. Thanks for the heads up. Send me an email. There's a couple that are based in Europe, and they have great currency converters, and they do just the same thing that TradeSync is, and they may actually be a little cheaper. So I have a solution for you if you want to convert to a different currency. Thank you for bringing that up, Alexander. That's a very, very good point, and something my dense nugget did not think of. You guys have a fantastic day today. Here are my links for the class. I'm having a Halloween special today at 1 o'clock. I'll be in the VIP room at noon. And Cam, let me give you customer service live so you guys can go there today. Look at that. I wasn't interrupted by anybody today. Amazing. If you guys have any questions, here is my email address. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you at noon and at 1 o'clock. Bye, everybody. Have a great day today. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Bye.